everybody and welcome back to day 23. My name is Jo and this is my friend Carlo. We've been really busy this week solving problems and helping Carlo prepare for his pattern picnic, which is in 2 days' time. Carlo's bought his communication book and there's quite a long note that I want to share with you. It says, "Dear children and Jo, Carlo now has his picnic rug patterned, a basket patterned, his hat, large and small patterned plates for his picnic. He's brought them along for you to have a look at today." Remember last week we noticed the pattern on Carlo's picnic basket? It's a two-colour pattern, white, black, white, black, white, black. Depends where we start. We could start on the black and we could call it a black, white pattern. Let's have a look inside. Oh, it looks like he's been successful with the task we set him yesterday. Well done, Carlo. Do you remember what he was trying to do? Create a 3-unit repeating pattern that continued all the way around the rim of the plate. He tried really hard to make this pattern fit. We know the best way to check is to say the pattern out loud. There were 3 colours. See if you got it right. Start here. Red, orange, green, 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 red, orange, green. Fabulous. He also transferred the pattern using a different material. Still 3 colours, so it's still a coloured pattern. Let's start with orange and check the pattern. Orange, green, yellow. Orange, green, yellow. Orange, green, yellow. Orange, green, yellow. Oh. Orange, green, yellow. Orange, green, yellow. Orange, green, yellow, green. Looks like you've got a bit of work to do on this one, Carlo. We might send that home with you tonight and see if you can fix that pattern up. Let's pop that one to the side. See what else he's got in here. He's got his hat he's been wearing all week. He's got his small plates with his 2 colour patterns on them. And his picnic rug. It's quite large, so we might pop it on the board behind us. Can you remember what this pattern was? Carlo had to use his fingers to identify this pattern. It was smooth, rough, smooth, rough, smooth, rough. Can you see what he's done? He's outlined each unit of repeat. There are 2 elements in each of these units. Smooth, rough. Can you help me count how many units of repeat there are on Carlo's picnic rug? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Count for me. 15. Did you get to 16? Well done. So Carlo's got his rug, hat, plates, What else does he need for the picnic? Let's read on. As he was eating tea last night, Carlo realised he was missing something really important. He didn't have a placemat. He bought his placemat from home, but he says he'd really like to make his own. And the question is, can we help him? He is wondering if a continuous, repeating pattern will be more difficult on a rectangular shape than it is on a circular shape. That's a really big wondering, Carlo. Let's have a go at this and see if we can answer your question. Carlo's bought a small grid for us to practice on today. I want you to have a careful look. He's got some squares around the border this time, which will help us to ensure that the pattern is a good fit, that the pattern works. We've learned that it's really important to test or trial the pattern with loose parts. So we've got our pegs out again today. Carlo's question or wondering was, is it harder to make a border pattern when the shape has corners? I actually don't know the answer, Carlo, so let's give this a go and see what we find out. We'll start with a 2-colour pattern. Let's pop our grid down. Okay, remember, let's put our objects into one big group. What do we do next? You're right, sort them into 2 smaller groups before we begin. All the pink pegs in one side. And all the ones that are left are purple. And have a go at a 2-colour pattern. Let's start with the pink. Next one will be purple. Next one, help me, pink. And the next one, and the next one is purple. Next one, and the next one. I hope you're watching carefully. Round. Yeah. Purple. It's getting heavy to hold, isn't it? Pink. And purple. Going to the corner again. This is the tricky bit. Pink. We started the pattern with what colour? Pink. Right. 2 colours. Let's check it. Are you ready? Pink, purple, pink, purple. Can we hear the pattern? Pink, purple, 2 colours. All right, we're ready. Let's do that again. Pink, purple, pink, purple, pink. Oh, pink, purple, pink, purple, pink. Oh, we've gone around the corner, but we didn't hold the pattern. Pink, purple, pink. This one must be purple, which means this one must be, did you say pink? I think you're right. This is tricky. We're going around a corner again. We started our pattern with pink and purple, but because we're creating a continuous pattern, we need to check what colour came before we turned the corner. So let's check the pattern. Pink, purple, pink, purple, pink, purple, pink. We're turning that tricky corner again, and we're coming back to a purple. I think we've fixed the pattern. Let's check. Pink, purple, pink, purple, pink, purple, pink, purple, pink, purple, pink, purple. It was a bit harder to follow the pattern when we had to go round a corner. You're right, Carlo. Let's check how many units of repeat here. Remember, putting 2 fingers up is a really good way of checking for 2. Pink, purple, pink, purple. I'm going to have to make my fingers really wide to go around the corner. Pink, purple, pink, purple, pink, purple, pink, purple, pink, purple, and it's a continuous pattern with 2 colours. I think we've got that placemat sorted, Carlo. We've got one more to do today, and we're going to challenge ourselves a bit because we're going to have a go at something new you've learnt, a 3-colour pattern. Will that fit around the outside of a small placemat? And will we be able to make sure that it is continuous? Let's give that a go. We need one more colour. So a 3-colour pattern. I think that's probably enough pegs. We've got pink, we've got purple, and this time we've added green to it. We might shuffle these around. We might begin our pattern with green this time. Okay, we've got to make it fit. 1 peg in each square. The tricky part was holding that pattern around the corner. Are we ready? Help me. Green, purple, pink. Are you watching? Green, purple, pink. Green, purple, pink, green, purple, pink. Green. Getting heavy. Purple. And what colour came next? Pink. I feel like something doesn't look right here. What did we say the rule was? 1 peg for every square. I think I've got the colours right, but I'm not sure I'm fitting this pattern onto the border correctly. I'm actually going to take them off and give that another go. Okay, still going to start with green. Are you ready? 1 in each square. I need to be watching carefully. Green, purple, pink. That looks better. Green, purple, and pink. Ready? Green, purple, pink, and green, and purple, and pink, and green. Oh, looks like we might have done something wrong again. Let's go back to the beginning and check. Green, purple, pink, green, purple. Can you see what we've done? We've put 2 colours into 1 square. We need to move the pink peg along. So we've got green, purple, pink. The next one needs to be green. Let's see how we went as we turned the corner. Purple, I've got 2 in a square, so we're going to slide that and correct it. Pink, green, slide them along. Purple, only one peg in a square. Let's turn the corner. Let's move this one. Pink, which means we don't need that one. See how we went. Green, purple, pink. 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 We've made a 3-colour pattern, and the good part about it is continuous. We were able to fix it up by checking that the pattern was a really good fit for this border. 1 peg for every square, and we learned that it was really important as we turned the corner to check that we hadn't lost the pattern. So actually, I think our answer to Carlo's wondering is yes. A rectangular shape is much harder than a circular shape when we're trying to create a continuous pattern, because we often get lost when we turn those corners. That's why we love using pegs or loose parts before we record or secure the pattern. We've done the hard work, so we're going to send this home with you to finish it off. When we've been working with patterns, we've been planning them, we've been recording them, and we've been doing something else. Can you remember what that was? That's right, translating them. We're going to have a go today at translating the 2-colour pattern, first of all, and we're going to use our hands. The pink is going to be a clap, and the purple, click. Pink, clap, purple, click. What's our pattern? Clap, click, clap, click, clap, click. I want you to hold that pattern in your mind, and we're going to continue it. We started with clap and click, clap and click, clap and click. You clap, I click. Are you ready? Clap, clap, well done. You've got the pattern. It's a pattern of 2. Clap and click. Okay, let's change it up. This time I'm going to clap and you're going to do the second element of the pattern, which is a click. I clap, you click. Hold that pattern in your mind. Are you ready? Clap, 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 click. And we could go on and on and on, because it is what sort of pattern? You are right. It's a continuous repeating pattern. I hope you've got that, Carlo. Well done, everybody. Your home task today is a bit like Carlo's. We really would love you to have a go at creating a 2 or a 3-unit repeating pattern, a continuous one. You don't have to have a grid like ours. Just a piece of paper will do, and some pegs. Practice holding the pattern. Remember the strategy we used? We turned the paper, but we checked back to ensure we had the right colour before we continued the pattern. You can work your way all the way around the piece of paper. Always remember to go back to the beginning, say the pattern out loud, and check for errors and edit it. So a 2-colour pattern, a 3-colour pattern. Can you record it? Because that's going to be Carlo's task at home. And then can you translate it? Using 2 units of repeat, a clap and a click, or you might even challenge yourself and use 3. A clap, a click, and shoulders. A clap. Have you got that, Carlo? Clap, click, shoulders. Clap, click, shoulders. Time for us to go. Thanks for joining us, everybody. We look forward to seeing you all again tomorrow. Say goodbye, Carlo. Bye.